Morning, evening, evening, how are you? Say hi, let me know you can hear me. Put some ones in the comments if you can hear me, okay? I'm here for Courtney. Why don't you have a go to a few of these questions with me then? So we're going to do a mock test. I've prepared 50 questions, so I hope they're all okay. And we'll get started in a couple of minutes, but as soon as I've got some people joining me. So 1st of April, so you've got a couple of weeks, haven't you, to prepare for it. So just say hi, let people know we're here, because the more comments you put in and the more likes you put on the screen, the more people get to know about this. Thank you for sharing. Hi Siobhan, how are you? So thanks for sharing, guys. I'm trying to find where I put my iPad. Give me a second. I don't know where I've put it. No idea where it is. So we'll get started in a minute. Let me know who you are, where you're watching me from, what you're up to today. I'll have a bit of a chat before we get started. I love your videos so much. You seem like such an awesome... Oh, Eddie. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I did a live lesson this morning, and this evening it's all about... what is it about this evening? A mock test. So going through some questions. I've done a video today about this sign here, because people ask me the same question all the time. You was the reason I passed. Yay, spaghetti. Thank you for that. Who knows what this sign means? There's a question I get asked all the time related to this sign. So what does this sign mean, guys? I did put it into my TikTok account earlier. Keep putting comments in. Loads of great answers. Well done. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So this sign means national speed limits apply. Okay, so national speed limits apply. So let's talk about cars and motorbikes. If you're on a dual carriageway, what would the speed limit be for you if you're driving a car or riding a motorbike on a dual carriageway? What was the national speed limit? SW17, awesome. Danny Kitch, yeah, brilliant. Max and Priv, Brittany, Elliot, yeah, loads of great answers. It's 70 miles per hour. So when you come to the end of the dual carriageway and you're on a single carriageway road, what would the speed limit be? If this was hi Bushy, if this was the same sign, only one planet. Awesome, congratulations, thank you. 60, Eloise. Yeah, fantastic. So if you're on a dual carriageway and you saw this sign, it would be 70 miles per hour if you're driving a car or riding a motorbike. When you get to the end of the dual carriageway, if it was still this sign, it would be reduced to 60 miles per hour, because 60 miles per hour is a speed limit on a single carriageway road, isn't it? Awesome. And what about if you're towing a caravan on a dual carriageway? What would the speed limit be reduced by? I still love having you, Bushy. If you're towing a caravan, what would the speed limit be reduced by? To 60, yeah. It would reduce, Frankie, yeah, it would be reduced by 10 miles per hour down to 60. And if you're on a single carriageway, it's reduced by 10 miles per hour to 50. Make sense? Should we get started with some questions? Let me tell you who I am. You keep telling me who you are, where you're watching me from. Keep putting comments in. Laura, awesome. Congratulations, I bet you feel brilliant. Thank you, Lewis. My name is Annie. I'm an ADI. That means I'm an approved driving instructor. I'm also an on the official register for driving instructor trainers. I run a driving school that's based in Cheshire, Knutsford and Northwich in Cheshire. I'm also a theory test expert. That's what I'm doing here now. I'm helping to make theory easy every morning, and in the evenings when I can, when I'm not doing driving lessons, I'll come back live and I will go through some questions to help motivate you to study. I passed my theory, all thanks to you, Annie. Thank you. Adam, congratulations. I'm really happy. Thank you for popping on and letting me know. So I have created theory test course a lot of people are using now. I've put together worksheets, video tutorials, fact lists and audio with those lists, topic mock tests, full mock tests, case studies and lots more. I've got you guaranteed to get all the most updated theory test questions. I'll pin the course below for you to have a look at. Because the DVSA give me those questions. So when they added more questions a couple of weeks ago, I made sure they were put into the course. And you don't pay £69.95, that it's worth. You only pay £34.99 while I'm live. Let me show you a 1-minute video about it, and then we'll get on with the first set of 10 questions. We're going to do 50 this evening. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how you'll go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first, so you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got all of the questions correct, have a go at the mock test for that topic. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the mock test, move on to the next topic and go through all of the topics in the same way, so that by the time you get to the case studies and the full mock tests, you'll find answering the questions easy. If you sign up while I'm live, you get a free hazard perception course, hypnosis course and 2 free ebooks as well. Let's start the mock test. Make sure you make a note of any questions you don't get correctly so that you can learn from this. So anything you don't get right, don't worry about it. Just say, okay, brilliant, I've learned something. First question. I'll read the question, read the answers, leave it 15 seconds or so for you to put your answers in, and then reveal the answer before moving on to the next question. Is that okay? So first question, when are you allowed to use hazard warning lights? A, when stopped and temporarily obstructing traffic. B, when travelling during darkness without headlights. C, when parked on double yellow lines to visit a shop. D, when travelling slowly because you're lost. Now let's reveal the correct answer. There is A, when stopped and temporarily obstructing traffic. That's when you're allowed to use your hazard warning lights. Does that make sense? Fab. Let's move on to the next question. Question 2. What should you do if you see a large box fall from a lorry onto a motorway? A, go to the next emergency telephone and report the hazard. B, catch up with the lorry and try to get the driver's attention. C, stop close to the box until the police arrive. D, pull over to the hard shoulder, then remove the box. I'll leave you 15 seconds to pop your answers in. What is the safest and most sensible option? And the correct answer there is A, go to the next emergency telephone and report the hazard. Did you get that one right? if I'm too slow for you, then maybe it's an idea to sign up for the course and then you can do it at your pace. Okay, so this is at 675 people's pace. But if it's too slow for you, then go to sign up for the course. I pinned it there below and you can go at your own pace. Cool. So next question, you're waiting to turn right at the end of a road. What should you do if your view is obstructed by parked vehicles? A, stop and then move forward slowly and carefully for a clear view. B, move quickly to where you can see, so you only block traffic from one direction. C, wait for a pedestrian to let you know when it's safe for you to emerge. D, turn your vehicle around immediately and find another junction to use. Is the answer A, B, C or D? So pop your answer in the comments. What do you think it is? And the correct answer there is A, stop and then move forward slowly and carefully for a clear view. So you're never going to emerge from a junction until you can see very clearly what's up and down the road. And anybody who wants to just mock other people's answers, and I'm glad you know everything, I'm really quite happy for you, but we'll just block those people. Okay, so don't worry about it. Let's make this a safe, nice place to revise for the theory test. Let's do that, shall we? There's lots and lots of nastiness in the world. Let's make this a really nice and safe place because we're all here for one aim. What must you do when the amber light is flashing at a Pelican crossing? A, stop and wait for the green light. B, stop and wait for the red light. C, give way to pedestrians waiting to cross. D, give way to pedestrians waiting to cross. Okay, what is the answer? A, B, C or D? Put your answer in and let me know what you think it is. Got your theories tomorrow. Good luck for tomorrow. And I'll reveal the answer another couple of seconds, let people catch up. Thank you for all the likes, I really appreciate it. 8,000 already, awesome. And the correct answer there is D, give way to pedestrians already on the crossing. So you must give way to at a Pelican crossing. You must let people carry on crossing over the road when the amber light is flashing. Also, you can drive through if there's nobody on the crossing. Okay, so that's what a Pelican is. A Pelican crossing is the only crossing that has the flashing amber phase. It's the only one that has a flashing amber phase. So if you tried, I'm going to have to block people who are being silly, but never mind. Where would you see this sign? In the window of a car taking children to school, at the side of the road, at playground areas, on the rear of a school bus or coach? Is it A, B, C or D? Yeah, at a Pelican crossing, you must drive on if no one's on the crossing, if it's a flashing amber. If you can't see because of the ad, you have to swipe your screen to the right. I can't take the ad away. Cool. Loads of great answers coming in. Well done. Keep double tapping. Give me some likes. 10,000 already. So you see this sign on the rear of a school bus or coach. Did you get that one right? That's a pleasure. I love doing it for you. Cool. Okay, next question. What should you do if you're being followed by an ambulance showing blue flashing lights? Should you pull over as soon as it's safe to do so? Accelerate hard to get away from it? Maintain your speed and course? Brake harshly and stop well out into the road? What's the safest and most sensible thing to do? Kiona Jones, awesome. Congratulations for your passing. Thank you, Faisal. Okay, the correct answer is pull over as soon as it's safe to do so. And remember that last bit of that sentence, as soon as it's safe to do so. Thank you, Tina. So I'm an ambulance driver. Oh, you're an ambulance driver. Awesome. Fantastic job. But ambulance drivers are trained to get past you. Don't make any silly decisions. Don't do anything illegal. Don't go through red traffic lights. Don't pull over immediately necessarily, because it might not be a safe place. So just as soon as it's safe to do so. They're trained to get past you. You're not trained to let them pass you. They're trained to get past you. So just do it safely. If you do move out of the way very quickly, you can cause an accident, and you can get points on your licence if you do something illegal. And often it won't help them, because they'll be expecting you to do the most sensible thing. And if you do something that's not the most sensible thing, then it wouldn't help them. Next question. When should you update your vehicle registration certificate? A, when you pass your driving test. B, when you move house. C, when your vehicle needs an MOT. Or D, when you have a collision. Is it A, B, C or D? Everyone put your answers in now. I've got lots of A's and B's and C's. So your vehicle registration document is a document all about your vehicle. So the make and the colour and the engine size, etc., when it was first registered, and who owns it, who is the registered vehicle keeper of that vehicle, and where they live. So the answer is when you move house, you need to change, you need to get your certificate updated. Does that make sense? It's nothing to do with your MOT and nothing to do with passing a driving test. It's all about your vehicle. Does that make sense? Fab. Next question. What must you do at this junction? Stop behind the line, then edge forward to see clearly. Stop beyond the line at a point where you can see clearly. Stop only if there's traffic on the main road. Stop only if you're turning right. Is it A, B, C or D? Loads of A's coming in, and that's the correct answer. Stop behind the line and then edge forward. Be careful to read the question properly, because some people have put B, and that is stop beyond the line. That means to go past the line and then have a look. You wouldn't do that. You stop behind the line and then have a look. Okay, does that make sense? And it's a stop junction, so you must stop the car. What should you do if a driver pulls out of a side road in front of you, causing you to brake hard? Keep putting your comments in, keep liking. Thank you for the roses. Really appreciate them. What should you do if a driver pulls out, causing you to brake hard? A, ignore the error and stay calm. B, flash your lights to show your annoyance. C, sound your horn to show your annoyance. D, overtake as soon as possible. Which one should you do? Is it A, B, C or D? Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for everybody else. I've missed a few hearts. Tina, thank you. So it's just one answer, guys, just one answer. So it's not a choice of either or. This is a mock test to see if you can just go for one answer. You know what it is, don't you? It's ignore the error and stay calm. That's what you should do. That's what you must do. If somebody pulls out in front of you, it can easily be a mistake. Why might somebody do that? Let's have a very quick chat about why might somebody pull out of a side road in front of you. All right, some people might do it to be daft, but what's another reason? why somebody might do that. They might be rushing, might not look properly. They might have a blocked view. They didn't see you. Pregnant wife rushing to the hospital. Illness. Do you know, there's all kinds of reasons. Or an older person who's not making decisions very well, or a new driver who's not making decisions very well. They didn't check. There's some kind of emergency. Absolutely. So let's, be kind to people who make mistakes. Not everybody is just doing it for no apparent reason. I bet you can think of an emergency, some kind of situation in your household where somebody might have rushed a bit more than they should. We all have. When I was rushing my daughter to hospital years ago, we didn't. It was late at night, but we may well have made a mistake. That's what people do, make mistakes. And we all do it. You'll make mistakes sometimes. What does this sign mean? Bus station on the right. Thank you, Ayan. Contraflow bus lane, with flow bus lane, give way to buses. What does this sign mean? Put your answers in the comments. I'll leave it 10 seconds for you to put your answer in. So we've got B's and C's. That's what I expected to see. B's and C's. Which one of those is correct? Is it B or is it C? Everyone put your answer in again so I can see which one you think is correct. Is it a contraflow bus lane sign or a with flow bus lane sign? So this is a contraflow bus lane sign. You know it's contraflow because it's telling you the buses are going to be going down the road and other traffic is going to go up the road. You know that because of the arrows. If it was a with flow bus lane sign, there wouldn't be any arrows on the sign. There wouldn't be any arrows because everybody would just be going in the same direction. Does that make sense? Awesome. That's the first 10 questions done. So how did you get on? What I want to know is have you learnt anything? Have you learnt that I'm really getting good at my theory, or I need to practice a certain topic, or have you learnt a particular answer like the contraflow one that you didn't know? Is there anything that you have learnt? Let me know. You can just put a yes if you want. Awesome, that's all I want to know. Have you learned something? Yes, that's all I want to know. That's awesome, that's what you're here for. You're getting better. Kelvin have learned that you're getting better. You passed this evening, awesome. Hannah's learned something. Fantastic, that's brilliant. Having a little bit of a break from questions. I'll do another 10 in a second. Let me tell you who I am. Do you want to put in where you're joining me from? My name is Annie. I'm an ADI. That means I'm an approved driving instructor. I'm also on the official register for driving instructor trainers, and I'm a theory test expert. And I'm here to make theory easy for you. I do a theory test lesson, live lesson on TikTok every morning. And I will do a live question session in the evenings when I get the chance. I created theory test course. I created a theory test course so I can help people all over the country. I can give you a way of understanding the theory of driving and passing your test easily. I'll pin the course for you. It's at the bottom of the screen now. The course I've put together worksheets, video tutorials, fact lists and audio, topic mock tests, full mock tests, case studies and more. And you're guaranteed to get the most updated questions because the DVSA give me them. You're only going to pay $34.99 while I'm live. Let me tell you, let's watch this 1 minute video and we'll get back to the next 10 questions. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how you'll go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first. So you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got all of the questions correct, have a go at the mock test for that topic. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the mock test, move on to the next topic and go through all of the topics in the same way, so that by the time you get to the case studies and the full mock tests, you'll find answering the questions easy. If you sign up while I'm live, you get the free hazard perception course, you get a free hypnosis course, and you get 2 free ebooks as well. And I'll pin the link there for you once more, and we'll get back to the next 10 questions. Like I said before, make a note of any questions you don't get correct, and then you can learn from them. So, first question. How would age affect an older person's driving ability? They won't be able to obtain car insurance. They'll need glasses to read road signs. They'll take longer to react to hazards. They won't signal at junctions. What's the answer? A, B, C or D? And the correct answer is C. They'll take longer to react to hazards. How do you get on? So if you think it could be 2 things, maybe commit yourself to putting one answer, because it's a mock test and it will help you to know what you got right or wrong. You're following a slower moving vehicle. What should you do if there's a junction just ahead on the right? Overtake after checking your mirrors and signalling. Only consider overtaking when you're past the junction. Accelerate quickly to overtake before reaching the junction. Slow down and prepare to overtake on the left. Is it A, B, C or D? You're following a slower moving vehicle. What should you do if there's a junction ahead? So really look at these answers and decide what is the safest and most sensible option. And what would you want people to do if you were the slower moving vehicle? And the correct answer there is only consider overtaking when you're past the junction. You should never be overtaking when you're near a junction. There's lots of places you shouldn't overtake, and one of them is when you're near a junction. You got it right. Awesome. I covered this one this morning in my lesson. Why are vehicle mirrors often slightly curved? Convex. Don't overtake on a hill. Absolutely. Why are mirrors often slightly curved? They give a wider field of vision. They totally cover blind spots. They make it easier to judge the speed of the traffic behind. They make the traffic behind look bigger. Is it A, B, C or D? And thank you for sharing this video, this live. Thanks for the likes, guys. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok. So the correct answer there is A. They give a wider field of vision. Did you get that one right? So door mirrors in a car are curved. They're not flat, they're curved. And that helps you to see more. You can see out to the sides more, not just straight up and down the road. So they give a wider field of vision. Next question. Your vehicle broke down on the hard shoulder of a motorway, but has now been repaired. How should you rejoin the main carriageway? A. Move out onto the carriageway and then build up your speed. B. Move out onto the carriageway using your hazard warning lights. C. Gain speed on the hard shoulder before moving out onto the carriageway. D. Wait on the hard shoulder until someone flashes their headlights at you. What's the safest thing to do? And the answer is, thank you, Ayan. The answer is C. Gain speed on the hard shoulder before moving out onto the carriageway. So don't move onto the carriageway until you're getting up to the speed of traffic on the motorway. I can't just change my slides, funnily. I've prepared these slides. These are typical 50 question mock test. If they're too easy for you, then maybe you want to sign up for my course where you can get all the questions. But I can't just magic up different slides because they're there on my computer in front of me all prepared. What colour are the reflective studs between a motorway and a slip road? Are they amber, white, green or red? So pop your answer in the comments. Between a motorway and a slip road. And they are green. Yeah, don't worry, I've got rid of people who are just asking, making silly requests. You can't make requests for me to suddenly change what I'm doing, can you? So yeah, green studs between a motorway and a slip road. I'll give you a clue. Who wants a clue about how to remember that forever, or do you all know it? Let me know. Just put yes if you want a clue to how to remember that and know it every single time, or do you all know this one? Some of you want a clue. Okay, so the clue is part of my traffic light technique to remember the motorway studs. Green means go. You use a slip road to go on and go off a motorway. Green studs are next to the slip roads. That makes sense? That's my traffic light technique. It's part of my traffic light technique. Yes, Josh, you got it. Okay, so I'll just say it again. Green traffic light means go. You use a slip road to go on or go off a motorway. Green studs are next to the slip road. Has that helped anybody to remember where the green studs are every single time? Just put a yes in the comment if that's helped. It's helped somebody. It's helped Bounce22JT. That's awesome. Oh, and Laura and Ellen and Billy. Okay, yeah, chartography is clever, isn't it? It's a really simple but clever way of remembering the motorway studs forever. There's more of it. There is more of it. So what I'm going to do is, if people are just being a bit rude to me, I'm going to block them. Cool. Next question. How should you position yourself when you use the emergency telephone on a motorway? Stay close to the carriageway. Face the oncoming traffic. Keep your back to the traffic. Stand on the hard shoulder. What's the four possible? Thank you, Mia. Claude Sack, I'm used to it. I just block them, it's no problem. I'm used to it. Thank you anyway. So what should you do? So have a think about this. You're putting some different answers in here. Now remember, there's traffic going very, very, very fast in lane 1, 2 and 3 on the motorway. Where would you want to be? Would you want to be quite close to them on the hard shoulder? Just imagine if you've got maybe a 3-year-old with you. Is that where you'd want to be on the hard shoulder? So the right answer here, no, you wouldn't. Absolutely no. Don't imagine it's just you. Imagine it's you with 2 or 3 children. Where would you want to be? That helps you, I think. It helps me anyway. It helps me think about what the safest possible thing to do would be. And it wouldn't be stay close to the carriageway. It wouldn't be keep your back to the traffic because you wouldn't be able to see what's coming towards you and potentially going to hit you. You wouldn't stand on the hard shoulder. It's far too close to the busy, fast traffic. You'd want to face the oncoming traffic and you'd want to be well away from the carriageway, up the embankment. That makes sense. You got it right. That's awesome. If you didn't, now you've learned something. Haven't you? Cool. Which vehicles are prohibited from using the motorway? Prohibited, not allowed, okay? Isn't the phone on the hard shoulder? Yeah, but then you get off, you use the phone. Good question. Live a bird Jenny from Liverpool. Good question. You use the phone while you're facing the traffic, then you get over the barrier. Does that make sense? You wouldn't wait there. Which vehicles are prohibited from using the motorway? Powered mobility scooters, motorcycles over 50cc, double-deck buses, cars with automatic transmission. And I've got 38,000 likes. I so appreciate it. Thank you. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok. And it's not aeroplanes. That's not an option. It's a pleasure. Okay, the correct answer there is powered mobility scooters. All those others, obviously cars, automatic cars can use a motorway. Motorcycles over 50cc can, motorcycles under 50cc can't, okay, and double-deck buses can. So it's powered mobility scooters in that option. Next question, which vehicles are least likely to be affected by side wind? Cyclists, motorcyclists, high-sided vehicles or cars? Makes sense. Cool. That's what I want to do. I just want to hear and help you to revise this evening and make a bit of sense. A, B, C or D. So lots of A's and C's. I want you to, and D's. I want you to read the question again. Read it again to yourself. Read every single word in the question because some people are reading the wrong word. Cool. Some better answers coming in now. Well done. So the answer there is cars. The question is, which vehicles are least likely to be affected by side wind? Cyclists are likely to be affected and motorcyclists are because the wind can hit them directly. High-sided vehicles have got all this side that the wind can hit, but cars are lower, so they're least likely. So people reading it wrong, it's just a good lesson in making sure you read every single word, isn't it? Yeah. You got it right and you didn't trust yourself. Oh no. That's another thing I want you to do. I want you to trust yourself. Yes, Shah Foodies. When may you wait in a box junction? When you're stationary in a traffic queue. When approaching a Pelican crossing. When approaching a zebra crossing. When oncoming traffic prevents you from turning right. A, B, C or D. Thank you for all the likes. I got up to 49,000, almost 50,000. Thank you. Okay, and the correct answer there is D. When oncoming traffic prevents you from turning right. Lemonade, yes it is. Cloudy lemonade. Okay, when oncoming traffic prevents you from turning right. What does a sign with a brown background show? Thank you, Ayan. Tourist directions, primary roads, motorway routes or minor roads? You got it right, fantastic. Should I learn in automatic or manual? It's entirely up to you. Why don't you have a go in both? Why don't you book a lesson in each and see how you get on? A, B, C or D? You know this one, don't you? It's me in it. You know the answer. Be confident in yourself. The right answer is A, tourist directions. Yeah, cool. That's another 10 questions done. How did you get on? What have you learned in the last 10 questions? What in particular have you learned? Have you learned that you're doing okay? Have you learned that you're getting them all right? Have you learned that Ellen Louise has learned that she's doing very, very well? Anything in particular? The box junction one, brilliant. That you're doing well because you're getting them all. Take your time reading the questions. That is a really good thing to learn, isn't it, Ayan? The stud colours, so you've learned about the green. Green studs are next to the slip road. Green means go. You use a slip road to go off a motorway. It's a good one to learn, isn't it? It's my traffic light technique. I shared that this morning in my live, and that is now on YouTube. If you click the link below, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Annie. If you just joined me, my name is Annie. I'm an ADI. That means I'm an approved driving instructor. I'm also on the official register for driving instructor trainers, and I'm a theory test expert. I'm here to help you. I do live lessons every morning to teach you the theory of driving, and I go through 3, 4, 5 techniques to help you. And I do this in the evenings to go over questions with you. And I have created a course, theory test course. I put together worksheets, video tutorials, fact lists and audio, topic mock test, full mock test, case studies and more. It guarantees to get the most updated questions in the course. Thank you, Holly. And while I'm live, you only pay $34.99. Let me show you what's in the course, a 1-minute video, then we get back to some more questions, the next set of 10 questions. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how to go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first, so you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got all of the questions correct, have a go at the mock test for that topic. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the mock test, move on to the next topic and go through all of the topics in the same way, so that by the time you get to the case studies and the full mock tests, you'll find answering the questions easy. If you sign up now, you get 2 free courses, hazard perception course, hypnosis course, if you think that hypnosis would help you, and 2 free ebooks as well. Let's get back onto this mock test. Again, if you just joined me, I always say, if every set of 10 questions, make a note of any questions you don't answer correctly so you can learn from them. So if you find something you didn't know, you got the answer wrong, then just congratulate yourself on finding something that that you didn't know and that you do now know. Does that make sense? Next question. You're towing a caravan. Which is the safest type of rear view mirror to use? Interior wide angle mirror, extended arm side mirror, ordinary door mirrors or ordinary interior mirror? Have a look at all of those words and just have a guess. If you don't know, have a guess at which of those might really help you to see more if you're towing a caravan. And the correct answer there is extended arm side mirrors. So when you look in your door mirrors, it sounds a sensible choice, absolutely. When you look in your door mirrors, if you're towing a caravan, you're going to just see your caravan. You want to see further out. So you have door mirrors on an extended arm, so they stick out further. So extended arm side mirrors, okay? So it wouldn't be ordinary door mirrors. It wouldn't be ordinary interior mirror. So it's either a wide angle mirror or an extended arm. And because you're towing a caravan, you want the extended arm. Does that make sense? No, Laura, not really. I don't encourage that because there's otherwise thousands of people trying to message me, literally. But you can go to this website and leave a message for me there if necessary, okay? So I don't really want, I don't give out my email address in here because I get inundated and I'm a working driving instructor and I can't answer them all. So please go onto there, and if you really need me, I don't want to discourage people, but I'm sure you understand. Ask me on here if you can. Which vehicle means no motor vehicles allowed? A, B, C or D? What do you mean are these accurate questions? All of this stuff is exactly what you need to know. Otherwise, I wouldn't be covering it. Which sign means no motor vehicles allowed? So I've got some B's and some C's. Thank you, Ayan. Awesome. And the correct answer there is B. Let's just go through them. What does sign A mean? Put your answer in the comments if you know what sign A means. No overtaking, yeah, because when you look at signs, there's always the vehicle inside is always black, and they've got a red one there as well, and the red car is red for danger. It's overtaking, so no overtaking. Brilliant. We know that this one is no motor vehicles. It's got a motorbike and a motor car inside, so it's saying no motor vehicles. Does that make sense? What about C? What is C? No cars. Fantastic. Got a car inside. Brilliant. And what about D? You know D. You know what D means. Yeah, absolutely. D is no pedestrians. Well done. Now I'm just trying to find the sign that some people are getting mixed up with. So I'll see if I can find it quickly for you. There we go. There it is. So some people saying that one of the signs means no vehicles, and this is the one that means no vehicles. It's a red circle with nothing inside it. There's nothing inside because it couldn't fit everything inside, okay? So no vehicles is this one. All vehicles are prohibited. Does that make sense? It's a red order. That's right. It's a red order and it's saying all vehicles prohibited. Let's move on. What does this sign mean? Waiting restrictions apply. Waiting permitted. National speed limit applies. Or clear way, no stopping. Is it A, B, C or D? So commit yourself to one answer if you think it's two different things. And the correct answer there, keep giving me some like, got 69.4 thousand likes. So thank you guys. This sign means waiting restrictions apply. So it's a red circle. Circle signs are orders. It's red, don't do it. And it's got one red line going through it. That means waiting restrictions. If it had 2 red lines, it would mean no. I won't tell you what it means. I'm going to move on to the next sign. So it means waiting restrictions apply. Let's move on to the next question. Which sign means no stopping? A, B, C, or D? Tegan, thank you for popping on and letting me know. Alu, was that Alu? Thank you for popping on and letting me know. Congratulations to you both. So which sign means no stopping? Is A, B, C, or D? Thank you, Queen Z. I've got lots of B's, I think, and some C's. Okay, so the correct answer there is B. Now you can see again, it's a red circle. Red circle, don't do it. And it's got 2 red lines in a cross. And it means exactly the same as 2 red lines painted on a road. 2 red lines painted on a road means the same as 2 red lines in a cross on a sign like that. Make sense? Next question, you're driving in freezing conditions. What should you do as you approach a sharp bend? Coast into the bend. Apply your parking brake. Firmly use your foot brake. Slow down gently. I'll leave you 15 seconds to pop your answers in the comments. What's the safest, most sensible thing to do? And the correct answer there is slow down gently. Of course it is. Of course it is. You're coming. I mean, don't go out in freezing conditions if you can help it. But if you do, then slow down gently. What does this sign mean? No overtaking allowed. Give priority to oncoming traffic. 2-way traffic. 1-way traffic only. A, B, C, or D? Make sure you put your answers in. I get an idea of what you struggle with if you put wrong answers in. And I know lots and lots of people are always putting this wrong answer in because you're not on your own. It's never only you that thinks something. Okay, so B's and C's. That's interesting for me. Okay, very interesting for me. So this sign means give priority to oncoming traffic. It's an order. It's a red circle, so it's telling you what you must not do or you must do. This one's telling you to give priority to oncoming traffic. Okay, little red arrow going up the road, a big black arrow coming down the road. Okay, so the big black arrow, that's the one which has priority. These are the signs that mean 2-way traffic. There's this one meaning 2-way traffic crosses over your route ahead of you. This one means 2-way traffic straight in front of you. And I think that's the one that you're getting mixed up with. Okay, it's a warning. You're on a 1-way road and ahead of you it's going to change back into a normal road, a 2-way road, and that's that sign. Okay, so look at the difference. Cool. Does that make sense, guys? That makes sense to anybody? Because I'm going to make a note of that and make sure that I cover this in a live somewhere. Let's make a note of it now. There you go. I've made a note. Awesome. Brilliant. So you won't get mixed up with that again. Now you know the answer. That's why it's great if you can put your answers in. When am I finishing? When I've done 50 questions. So I don't know when that's going to be. I've been live for almost an hour. So you've just gone through flood water. What should you do to make sure your brakes are working properly? Accelerate to keep a high speed for a short time. Go slowly while gently applying your brakes. Avoid using the brakes at all for a few miles. Stop for at least an hour to allow them time to dry. I was trying to read that comment as I was reading to you then, and oh, I've lost it. Freya, thank you. Freya says she's getting on really, really well with the course, so I'm really happy with that. Thank you. So what's the safest and most sensible thing? You've gone through flood water. What should you do to make sure your brakes are working properly? And the correct answer there is go slowly while gently applying your brakes. Does that make sense? Cool, well done. And the next question is, in winter, road signs can become covered by snow. What does this sign mean? Crossroads, give way, stop, or turn right. Which one does it mean? The answer is C, shout SSJ, and the answer is C, stop. You know it's stop, it's covered up in snow, but what gives you the clue that it means stop? Can anybody put the answer in here? What tells you, how do you know it means stop? Because you can't see the stop sign. You can't see the stop word. So how do you know it means stop? Velvet, yeah, awesome. Roland, fantastic, because that's the shape of it. And it's the only sign that has that shape, okay? So even if it's covered over with snow, you would still know what it meant. Brilliant. Next question. What should you do before making a U-turn? Give an arm signal as well as using your indicators. Check road markings to see that U-turns are permitted. Look over your shoulder for a final check. Select a higher gear than normal. Which of those four should you do before making a U-turn? Whenever you think about your answer, whatever answer you put in, look at the other answers and say, well, actually, I do definitely need to do that. What is the thing that you definitely need to do? Okay, for safety. Think about that. What do you definitely need to do for safety? You need to look over your shoulder for a final check. That makes sense? So there might be a sign saying no U-turns permitted, but you've already done that. What should you do before doing the turn? You always must look over your shoulder. So if that question's answers there, then you must do it. Awesome. Next question. A casualty isn't breathing normally and needs CPR. At what rate should you press down and release the centre of the chest? Is it 10 times per minute, 120 times per minute, 60 times per minute, or 240 times per minute? So this is where you're going to press down on somebody's chest. If they're not breathing, you need to do that chest massage thing, okay? How fast do you need to do it? Think about how fast you'd want to press the heart. So we've got B's 120 times and we've got C's 60 times. Good answers, really, really good answers. A, 10 times per minute. It wouldn't be A, that would not be enough. Somebody says, think of the song. I can't share that, but yes, I know a song, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Yeah, it's 129 times per minute, so it's going to be quite fast, okay? 2 times every second, 120 times per minute, 2 times every second. Does that make sense? Say it out loud. And try and do it to the song Staying Alive. If you know that song by the Bee Gees, and that'll be 120 times a minute. Google it. It's a really good little advert that you'll see. You got it, yay. Okay, that's theory test revision we're doing now. How did you get on with those last 10 questions? Did you learn anything? CPR by Cupcake work. I don't know what that is, Itsy. Maybe other people do. Have a look at Itsy's comments. I don't know that. But it works, does it? I know that I'm old. I know Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. So you've learned something. Double tap the screen, put a yes in the comment if you've learned something. This is not a lesson. I'll just give you a few hints and tips as you go by. Nelly the Elephant is a good one too, is it? Yeah, I'm trying to sing it to myself. Okay, cool. You've learned something awesome. My name is Annie. If you just joined me, hello, welcome. Have you seen me before? Do you know me or not? You've learned about the extended mirrors. Yeah, you just need mirrors that stick out further. Maybe an idea to Google it and just see what comes up, and it just helps you to learn it, because what you do is you try to memorise answers to questions, and it doesn't help you to learn properly and to remember stuff forever. So that's, if you Google stuff sometimes or have a look in the books, it will help you to learn stuff forever. I'm just trying to find an image that might help you, and here's one. See, there's the normal door mirror there, and then you've got this extended arm with another mirror there. So this mirror and this pole you can put on and off your car, okay? So it's an extended arm door mirror. Does that help you? Awesome. My name is Annie. I'm an ADI, and that means I'm an approved driving instructor. I'm also an audit trainer. I'm on the official register for driving instructor trainers. I've got people shouting at me now. I do a live every morning, a lesson where I teach you the theory of driving. I teach you 3, 4, 5 different techniques and go through some questions every morning for 3 hours, 9 till 12. Then in the evenings, I may come on at 6:30 when I can get back from work in time. If I'm not teaching, I'm not in. I said, are you in London? Lots of people are asking me questions. I can't answer everybody's question. Okay, I'm not in London. No. I'm a theory test expert. I'm based in Cheshire. Knutsford and Northwich is where my driving school covers, in Cheshire. I've created a course, theory test course. I'll pin the link so you can have a look at it. I've put together worksheets and video tutorials. I've put together fact lists, and I've given you audio for those lists as well. I've put together topic mock tests and full mock tests, or the official DVSA case studies, the most updated DVSA questions. All of those are in the course, and the price is only the price of one single 1 hour driving lesson, not $69.95 as it's worth, only $34.99. Let me go through what's in the course, and then I'll get back to the next set of 10 questions. Rachel R says, highly recommend the course. Thank you. That's awesome. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how you'll go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first, so you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Give me a second. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got all of the questions correct, have a go at the mock test for that topic. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the mock test, move on to the next topic and go through all of the topics in the same way, so that by the time you get to the case studies and the full mock tests, You'll find answering the questions easy. I'm back again. If you sign up now, I said was offer something. If you sign up now, the course is really helpful, says Nino. Thank you very much. If there's a movie magic getting in your way, you can swipe right. Is that correct? It was last week. You swipe right, you can get rid of that movie magic advert. Sign up now. You get 2 free courses. You get 2 free ebooks. Let's get back to the mock test. Make a note of any questions you get wrong. I've reached 100,000 likes. Thank you so much. Wow. Swipe left, is it? It was swipe right last week. It's swipe left. It doesn't change all the time. TikTok changed twice recently. Thanks, Alfie. So make a note of anything you get wrong and then just have a think to yourself, what have I learned? That's what I want to know, and that you've learned something at the end of every 10 questions, even if it's I've learned that I've done quite well today, actually. What does this sign mean? You have priority, no motor vehicles, two-way traffic or no overtaking. It is working. Swipe right. Oh, Ian, thank you. Can the course help someone with dyslexia? Does somebody want to answer Medina? Sorry, it's a long name, Medina. I can't say it properly. Does somebody want to answer Medina for me? Any of the moderators maybe. Can the course help someone with dyslexia? Sometimes it helps to learn from, to get the answer from other people, not just me, because I'm going to say yes. And the answer is no overtaking. Remember that when you see signs, road signs, they're going to have black images inside, okay? They've all got black images inside, okay? And, well, a lot of them have got black images inside. So this one has got a black car and a red car, and the red car is no, red for no, and that's no overtaking, okay? Easy way of remembering it. Why do motorcyclists use dipped headlights in daylight? This is a really good question to know the answer to. So that the driver can be seen more easily, to stop the battery overcharging, to improve the rider's vision. The rider is inviting you to proceed. Is it A, B, C or D? Why is the motorcyclist using dipped headlights during the day? Is it A, B, C or D? Megan Thornton, congratulations. Yeah, it is, absolutely. So the rider can be seen more easily, okay? And somebody's put, they also wear bright clothing so they can be seen. Maddie, yeah, they also wear bright coloured clothing. It's so they can be seen, so you can see them. And it's the same reason why drivers put their dipped headlights on as soon as it starts to get dark, so that they can be seen. Drivers put their headlights on in a tunnel so they can be seen. That makes sense? Who just said the past? Jack, well done. Which type of vehicle does this sign apply to? Wide vehicles, long vehicles, high vehicles or heavy vehicles? A, B, C or D? Some great answers, isn't there, Siobhan? Yeah, well done. So this sign applies to high vehicles. And you'll know that because you can look at the arrow at the top and at the bottom of the sign. Auburn Fox, awesome. You've been on before, haven't you, a few times? You can see the arrow at the top and at the bottom of the sign, okay? So it's talking about how high the vehicle is. If those arrows were at the sides of the sign, the left and right sides, then what would that be talking about? What would that be relating to if the arrows were at the sides? It would be talking about how wide, Kate, absolutely. So how wide the vehicle are, but it's not how wide the vehicle is. This one is top and bottom. Brilliant answers, well done. What should you do if you want to overtake a tractor but aren't sure it's safe? Good, congratulations, Holly. Brilliant answers still coming in. I'm only just seeing them. I think there's a bit of an internet delay sometimes. Keep the lights coming up, 103,000. So you want to overtake a tractor. You're not sure if it's safe. Should you follow another vehicle as it overtakes the tractor? Sound your horn to make the tractor pull over. Speed past, flashing your light at oncoming traffic. Stay behind it if you're in any doubt. What should you do? A, B, C or D? You know the answer, don't you? Fab. The correct answer is, you're right. The correct answer is D. Stay behind if you're in any doubt. Do you know which of those answers new drivers or people that are unsure about driving tend to do? Do you know which one that some drivers, not only learner drivers, people who have recently passed tests or people who are not sure about driving, super duper? It is. It is. Smiley Miley, yeah, Abby, yeah, absolutely. Secret account. They do A. They follow another vehicle. How crazy is, I mean, it might not seem as crazy when you're driving, you think, oh, that's what I should be doing, but that's what people tend to do. So somebody else goes past, so they go past as well. So this is what this theory test question's about. Because Barbie, people say it's madness, but they actually do it. They actually do it. They follow, and it happens all the time. Another vehicle goes, so there you go. So please take note of this question because I want you to be safe. Why should you look carefully for motorcyclists and cyclists at junctions? A, they may want to turn into the side road. B, they may slow down to let you turn. C, they're harder to see. D, they might not see you turn. Barbie, there's no need, they're not in the theory test. Good answers, great answers, yeah. Motorcyclists and cyclists are harder to see at junctions. And what is it in your car that blocks you from seeing cyclists and motorcyclists? It's another theory test question. It's something you need to know. What is it that blocks the vision, your visions, blocks you? Rachel's got it, yeah. Yeah, Ashley, what are the blind spots? What are the things that are causing the blind spots? Well, good, brilliant, brilliant. Blind spots. What's called Smiley Miley Miles? It's those pillars. Yeah, Abby, Troy, Ahmed, secret account, crazy carrot. Yeah, absolutely. It's your windscreen pillars that they can completely block out a cyclist, a pedestrian, a motorcyclist. How do you see around your pillars? What do you do to see around your pillars? How could you help yourself to see those cyclists and motorcyclists? Move your head. Absolutely, move your head. If you don't realise that those pillars are blocking your view, you could look over that direction and think, I could see the whole picture. I know exactly who's there. If you don't realise that that pillar can block out a whole cyclist. So look around, move your head, absolutely. Where may you overtake on a one-way street? Only on the left-hand side. Overtaking isn't allowed. Only on the right-hand side. On either the right or the left. brilliant answers coming in. Keep them coming in. It helps me to know what people struggle with. Cool. And the answer is on either the left or the right. Okay, so when you're on a one-way street, everyone is travelling up the road and you can overtake each other on both sides. Just be very careful, okay? It's a one-way street. You all go in the same direction. The left-hand lane or the right-hand lane could go faster. Does that make sense? Let me know. Put some yeses in, or the letter Y for yes if you can't be bothered writing the whole thing. Does that make sense to you at all? Absolutely. Yes, brilliant. For how long is an MOT certificate normally valid? 3 years after the date it was issued, 10,000 miles. 1 year after the date it was issued, 30,000 miles. So is it to do with years or miles? What is it to do with? How long is MOT normally valid? So lots of people are saying years, and you're right. So the answer is either A or C. Well done. So you've got rid of 2 rubbish answers there, haven't you, by realising it's about years and not about miles. So for how long is an MOT normally valid? Is it A or is it C? I'll reveal the answer in another couple of seconds. And the correct answer is 1 year after the date it was issued. Now, why do some people think it's 3 years after the date it was issued? I will let you know, I'll tell you. When you have a Hafsa, when you have a brand new car, it's brand new. I don't mean new to you, I mean new from the factory. It's brand new, okay? It doesn't need an MOT for the first 3 years. I've just bought a new car. It doesn't need an MOT for 3 years, okay? And after it's 3 years old, it will need an MOT every 1 year. Does that now make sense? So the first test is when it's 3 years old, and then it's every single year. Some of you got it, you know it, don't you? Does that help anybody? It does. Brilliant. Next question, 111,000 likes, yay. DMF, awesome. Yes, Sundus, brilliant. Sims, you might need to hear it again, okay? Don't worry if you don't completely get something. Sometimes it takes you 2 or 3 times of hearing it for it to go in your head. That's what I'm like anyway. Who is authorised to signal you to stop? A motorcyclist, a pedestrian, a police officer, a bus driver. You know this one. You know this one. Who is authorised to signal you to stop? Who's allowed to tell you to stop your car? You know it, don't you? Awesome. The correct answer there is a police officer. Of course it is. Of course it's not a motorcyclist or a pedestrian or a bus driver. It's a police officer is authorised to signal you to stop. You're joining a motorway from a slip road. How should you deal with traffic already on the motorway? Carry on along the hard shoulder until you see a safe gap. Stop at the end of the slip road and look for a safe gap. Use the slip road to accelerate until you're moving much faster than the motorway traffic. Match your speed to traffic in the left-hand lane and filter into a safe gap. And the correct answer there is match your speed to traffic in the left-hand lane and filter into a safe gap. The answer is not carry on along the hard shoulder. You should not drive in the hard shoulder. What's the hard shoulder for, hi Marie? What's the hard shoulder for? Let me know. There's a lot of people getting mixed up with this. Don't worry if you got it wrong. Now you can learn something. The hard shoulder is for emergencies. Absolutely. So if somebody was stopped on the hard shoulder because they had broken down and you decided, I want to drive in the hard shoulder, what could happen? A hard shoulder is the extra lane on the left of a motorway that you use for breaking down. If somebody has broken down in the hard shoulder and you decide to carry on along the hard shoulder, then as Ian says, and Barbie says, and Monica says, and Powell says, you could crash, and Siobhan says, absolutely, you could crash into them. You don't use the hard shoulder to drive in. Awesome, unless you're on a smart motorway and they've told you to do that. They've specifically told you to. When would you use the right-hand lane of a two-lane dual carriageway? When you're turning right or overtaking, when you're passing a side road on the left, when you're staying at the minimum allowed speed, when you're travelling at a constant high speed. It's A, B, C or D. Another 10 seconds to put your answers. Thank you, Abdullah. And the correct answer there is A, when you're turning right or overtaking. Don't get mixed up between this question and if you're driving on a motorway. Because some people say, when can you use the right-hand lane of a motorway? And they say when you're turning right, and you don't turn right on a motorway. So just be careful there. Okay, normally the right-hand lane is always only for overtaking, but on a dual carriageway it's also if you're turning right, of course. We're doing a theory test revision session. How did you get on? What have you learned today? What have you learned today? There is no coupon code because you've already got the discount all set up. So if you click on the link that I've pinned for you, you will see that you can sign up for the course, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can sign up for a test nerves course. If you click on theory test course, you will see it's already set up at $34.95 for you, down from $69.95. So you don't need a coupon code. Does that make sense? Have you learned anything in the last 10 questions? Zarila, awesome. No problem, crazy carrot. Have you? You have learned something. That's all I want to know. You don't have to tell me what you've learned. Just a yes. Katie Lou says a lot. That's awesome. You've learned something. Hot Chocolate's learned something. That's fantastic. Let me tell you who I am if you just joined me. Why don't you tell me if this is your first time seeing me or not? Pompey, lad, after 23 years of driving, I'm still learning. Aren't we all? That's an awesome comment. Because some people think they know everything, but I think when you get more experience at driving, you realise that you don't. You're always back? No. Second time? Yes. Lots of first times and second times. And lots of people who've seen me loads of times, which is awesome. My name is Annie. I'm an ADI. That means I'm an approved driving instructor. I'm also an audit trainer, and I'm also a theory test expert. I'm here to make theory easy for you. I will come on live Monday to Friday mornings, so 5 days a week at 9 till 12 for about 3 hours. I'll be live teaching you, helping you, making theory easy. Absolutely free theory content. In the evenings, I will come on live, if I can, to go over some questions with you. I've created theory test course. I've put together worksheets, video tutorials, facts lists, topic mock tests, full mock tests, case studies and more. You're guaranteed the most updated questions, and it's only $34.99 while I'm live. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how you'll go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first, so you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got all of the questions correct, have a go at the mock test for that topic. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the mock test, move on to the next topic and go through all of the topics in the same way, so that by the time you get to the case studies and the full mock tests, you'll find answering the questions easy. If you sign up while I'm live, you get 2 free courses and 2 free ebooks, and they are both worth $34.95. The link is pinned there for you to have a look at. It's there on the screen for you as well. Let's get back to this mock test. Make sure you make a note of anything that you get wrong. So when you get something wrong, don't kick yourself. Don't think, oh, everybody else got it right, because you can guarantee there's 473 people on here. Not everybody's putting answers in. So don't think you're the only one that got it wrong. Just congratulate yourself on learning something and taking the time to join me in this live. Why have red roots? Crazy Carrot, awesome. It's TikTok thing. There's nothing I can do. I know how frustrating it is. Why have red routes been introduced in major cities? To raise the speed limits, to help the traffic flow, to provide better parking, to allow lorries to load more freely. I'll leave you 10 seconds to pop the answers in. And the answer is to help with traffic flow. So on a red route, you shouldn't be stopping. It means no stopping. And that's because they don't want cars stopping all the time. So it's to help with traffic flow. Sundas, awesome. When will your vehicle use more fuel? You really want to know this, don't you? When its tyres are underinflated, when its tyres are of different makes, when its tyres are overinflated, when its tyres are new. Yeah, absolutely. The answer is underinflated tyres. Do you know what underinflated means? Anybody not know? Let me know if you're struggling with something. But underinflated just means it hasn't got enough air in them. If there's not enough air in your tyres are going to sit flatter on the ground, and it's going to be harder to move your car. And if it's harder to move your car, then it's going to use more fuel. Just like if you were riding a bike with flat tyres, it would be harder to ride the bike. You'd be using more energy. Make sense? Your fluid level, the fluid level in your battery is low. What fluid should you use to top it up? How better for drag racing? Is that correct? I wouldn't know. Is that correct? This is a question that you just need to try and memorise the answer to, unless you understand about cars. So you might have to write it down or tell somebody And the correct answer there, you're right, it is distilled water. And somebody said, what did somebody else say? How much would you fill it up? They were giving us a clue. Above the cell plates. Kayla, you know it. You plan your route before starting a journey. Why should you also plan an alternative route? Your original route may be blocked. Your maps may have different scales. You may have to pay a congestion charge. You may get held up by a tractor. And the correct answer there, yeah, is your original route may be blocked. So that's why you should plan on alternative routes. So plan which way you're going to go and think, well, if that's blocked, I could go that way or I could go that way. A really good idea. And if you do that, if you plan your routes and plan alternative routes, how's that going to make you feel when you're on your journey? If you know which way you're going to go and you know what you can do if your route is blocked, how would you feel when you set out on your journey? Yes, my course is discounted during every live. It would make it an easier journey. How would you feel? More confident? Less what? Less what? Does anybody know? Confident, yeah, lots of confidence in there, which is brilliant. More comfortable, yeah. Relieved, you would. Less stressed, absolutely. Okay, if you feel less stressed, if you feel more confident, how would your driving be? How would that affect your less irritated as well, Morgan? That's a good one. Less panicky, yeah. If you were less panicky, less stressed, more relaxed, how would your driving be? Safer. You can concentrate more. Better driving, absolutely. So there really is a good reason for all of these questions. Smoother, yeah. Lauren, Jen, I passed my theory today. Your course really helps. Awesome. That's fantastic to hear. Congratulations to you. And thank you for popping on and letting me know. What does it mean if this light comes on while you're driving? A fault in the braking system, the engine oil is low, the rear light has failed, your seatbelt isn't fastened. And I've got 126,000 likes, thank you. It's Maria. It's Mia. It's a long word. Congratulations. Thanks for popping on. So yeah, A is a fault in the braking system. So have a look at it. It's orange. It's got an exclamation mark. So if this light comes on, it means there's a fault in the braking system in your car. What should you do if you park on the road when it's foggy? Leave parking lights switched on. Leave dipped headlights and fog lights switched on. Leave dipped headlights switched on. And D is a mistake. So is it A, B or C? Let's get that slide done again. Is the answer A, B or C? Thank you, Caroline. So I've got A's, B's and C's coming up. Thank you, Caroline. And the correct answer is leave your parking lights switched on. What would happen to your car battery if you left your dipped headlights on? Can anybody answer that question? What would happen to your car battery if you left your dipped headlights? It would drain, it would go flat, it would be dead in the morning, you wouldn't be able to drive your car the next morning. Parking lights are Parking lights is what you need to leave on, okay, not your dipped headlights. If somebody was driving towards your car and your dipped headlights were on, what would that person think? What would the driver of the other car think? What would they wonder? If they saw a car there with proper dipped head, they would think someone's driving. They would. It's happened to me before. Someone stopped the car, but they left the dipped headlights on. I'm like, what's that car doing? So I slow down. Oh, they've parked there. Why have they left the lights on? Okay, they think the car was moving. So that's dangerous. So leave your parking lights on. Make sense? Just let me know. It's dazzling. Yeah, it is. Let me know, does that make sense? And you certainly wouldn't leave your fog lights switched on. That'd be very dazzling. Cool. What restrictions apply if you're towing a trailer on a 3-lane motorway? You're on a 3-lane motorway. I've got 130,000 likes. I'm so happy. Thank you. Can we get it up to 140, do you think? That's possible? What restrictions apply if you're towing a trailer on a 3-lane motorway? You mustn't exceed 50 miles per hour. You mustn't overtake. You must have a stabiliser fitted. You mustn't use the right-hand lane. Thank you, Ian. So I've got A's, B's, C's and D's. Just saw a comment. Nicole Lane. I have got my theory test in 2 days. Is it worth buying your course? Or have I left it too late? I can't tell you the answer, can I really? I can't advise you because I don't know what you've done and what you need. But if anything I say this evening helps you, then you might think, well, actually, the course might help with just a few extra questions and I could dip into a pass rather than a fail. Hundreds of people have bought my course a day or two before the test, got in touch with me and told me they've passed. Okay, so, but I can't say whether that'll be you or not. So is it worth it? Possibly. It's been worth it for a lot of people. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And the correct answer here is, if you're towing a trailer on a 3-lane motorway, you must not use the right-hand lane. You can't go into lane 3 of a motorway. What is the speed limit for a car on a motorway? What's the speed limit for a car on a motorway? How fast can it drive? 70 miles per hour. I want loads of people putting answers in, guys. Loads of answers to come in. Yeah, so a car can go 70 miles per hour on a motorway. What's the speed limit for a car towing a trailer or a caravan on a motorway? What's the speed limit for now? Keep putting your answers in. If you put lots of answers in, guys, it will get rid of the people just being silly. And that's what we want, isn't it? I know it's just people that are bored, but that's it. Lots and lots of answers, guys. That'll really, really help. Absolutely. So it's 60 miles per hour if you're towing a trailer or a caravan. So therefore you cannot go into lane 3 because you're not allowed to go up to 70 miles per hour. You'll just be slowing people down. Next question. Why should you check for motorcyclists just before turning right into a side road? So lots and lots of interaction, guys, and that will really help get rid of the, just dilute the silliness. Keep the likes coming. Why should you check for motorcyclists just before turning right into a side road? They may be overtaking on your left. They may be following you closely. They may be emerging from the side road. They may be overtaking on your right. Do you know the answer? So just before you turn right into a side, so you're on a main road, just before you turn right, you need to check your right door mirror. Because if a motorcyclist is overtaking you, you're going to hit the motorcyclist and possibly kill them, cause them serious injury. So you must check for motorcyclists just before turning right, because they may be overtaking you. They shouldn't be overtaking you, but they might have made a mistake. What does this sign mean? No route for pedestrians and cyclists. A route for pedestrians and cyclists. A route for cyclists only. A route for pedestrians and cyclists. See if I can move that. That's the picture there. What does that sign mean? Which one of those four is it? I know that the advert's in the way for some people. And the correct answer there is a route for pedestrians and cyclists. It's a circle sign, so it's an order. It's a blue circle. Blue circles tell you what you must do, or this road is for you. So think of blue must do, this road is for you. Who's this road for? Pedestrians and cyclists. Do you get that? Does that make sense? You see these double white lines along the centre of the road. That is the double white lines. Okay? So there's two sets of lines. When may you park on the left? Okay, so what's that sign say? Long press the screen and click clear display. Thank you, Alea. Does that work? I don't know if it does or not. Long press the screen and click clear display if you can't swipe the screen. Thank you for that. So what do these two lines mean? These are the two lines here. There's two sets of lines. What does it mean? When may you park on the left? If the line nearest to you is broken. When there are no yellow lines. To pick up or set down passengers during daylight hours only. Is it A, B, C or D? And the answer is C, to pick up or set down passengers. If there are two sets of lines, you can't park on that road unless you're just stopping to let people out or to pick people up. That's another 10 questions done. How have you got on? Let me know how you got on. Have you learned something? Let me know who's learned something. I've got 145,500 likes, but all I want to, which is awesome, thank you. The lines are confusing. You need to watch my Lines Made Easy lesson. Or go onto my course, sign up for my course, and it's all in there. Everything you need is in the course. Who's learned something? Awesome, fantastic. My name is Annie. I'm an ADI, that means I'm an approved driving instructor. I'm on the official register for driving instructor trainers, and I'm a theory test expert. Theory test course has been created just for you, to help you to pass your theory test. I've put together worksheets, video tutorials, fact lists. You can listen to those fact lists. Topic mock test and full mock test, Lewis McPherson, awesome. Case studies and much more. You're guaranteed to have the most updated theory test questions to practice. You're only going to pay the price of one single 1 hour driving lesson. This course is every time I'm live at the moment, this course is discounted. Umunari Aria, awesome. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how you'll go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first, so you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got all of the questions correct, have a go at the mock test for that topic. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the mock test, move on to the next topic and go through all of the topics in the same way, so that by the time you get to the case studies and the full mock tests, you'll find answering the questions easy. So we've been through 50 questions. I've been live since 6:30, so almost 2 hours. How have you got on? I just got 2 because I came to the last 2 questions. Well, I'll be back live again tomorrow evening. I may do a screen share tomorrow evening rather than a slide, so you'll see the screen of my course with questions in it rather than a live. If you sign up while I'm live, then you will get a free, I'm live for another 2 minutes only, I'm going to have my tea. You'll get a free hazard perception course that's worth £9.99. You get a free hypnosis course. I'm a master practitioner of hypnosis. I've became a master practitioner of hypnosis so that I can help you to go to your test feeling calm, feeling confident, feeling relaxed, taking away that anxiety that some people will feel. You're going to get 2 free ebooks, Top 10 Reasons for Failure and Top 20 Hardest Theory Test Questions. If you've signed up and you've got any questions, then please go to these people here. Go to www.testbuddy.app/contact and leave them a message and they will help you. My tech team will help you. If you've got any questions, go to them, they'll help you. So screenshot now. Awesome. You got that? Brilliant. Don't forget, I'll pin my course again. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, this live will go onto YouTube. I'll do that now while I'm having my tea. My live from this morning is on YouTube. So every live this week will go onto YouTube. So follow me by clicking on the link below. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. I will be giving constant theory help because I want to help make theory easy for you. I know you can learn it. I know you can get through it. I know I can make it easy. My next live lesson is tomorrow morning at 9 till 12. And my next live revision session is tomorrow evening at 6:30. Thanks so much for joining me. Bushy says, amazing course. Thank you, Bushy. Siobhan, thank you. Maria, thank you. Alfie, thank you. Eddie, thank you. Really appreciate you. Haven't missed anybody. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow sometime. Bye. Thank you, Caroline.